entrepreneur. Boom, what it do?
What's going on?
What's happening?
Yo, let's start off the show like we always do with the shout-outs. If I butcher your name or city, my bad, it's Iranian tobacco accent. If I haven't shouted you out, be patient. We got a lot to catch up on. We keeping it 1,000 out. Simon Hare, Kington, England. J.W., London. Tom J2K, Royal Leamington, Spain, England. Okay. Barnaby Jones, 85, Kelowna, British Columbia. Remember we went there and got fined? Disco?
Yes.
It's around 5 hours from Vancouver. I just saw this special on Vancouver.
Yeah.
You know how we always talk about this all the time. This was Vancouver and the humongous fentanyl problem they're having over there. Sholosy from Middlesbrough. Okay. Steve Hill from Greenville, North Carolina. Dat Fireman from New Orleans. Darren Jones in Barberville, Kentucky. Tyler Buck, Atlanta. Tony Wilson, England. Spectre Collectibles, Burley, Idaho. Maserati, do you know her? She's a female wrestler from Vegas.
Yeah, of course.
Right. Timmy T, Ohio. Kelvin, KC, Missouri, Kansas City. Billy Smith, Lexington, Kentucky. Papa Dent, Long Island, New York. Jesse, Minneapolis. Bailey Johnson, Ripley, Mississippi. Youth Pastor Joseph Dawson, Memphis. Pat Wheatley, Mustang, Oklahoma. Crimson the 6th, East Village, New York City. Suplexorcist, Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. Kang the Bonk from Falkirk, Scotland. And Rico Holt from Memphis. And we've got 2 Patreon members here I want to shout out. Luis Garcia from New York and Marco Di Paolo from Queens, New York. And check out our Patreon. That's where we make some real paper, no ads. We try to be anti-formulaic. And you know our stilo. We bring entertaining, thought-provoking, and informative content with a lot of ball busting. You can find this at KONNAN.me. That's where you can find all the extra audio and video that didn't fit on the show, including musical segments where we break down a favorite band or artist and our top 5 songs. We've done everybody, from Stevie Wonder to Tupac. Right. We also do SmackDown, Raw, and Dynamite reviews. We invite listeners on pay-per-view roundtables sometimes, and we also review most every pay-per-view. Plus, we have a 7-year catalog of our shows with all the social, political, sports, interviews, everything that made the show what it is today. You can go from the day one and all its growth and all the running gags that we have on here. And also, where can people find Joe? Because I get this asked a lot. I forget to ask. Like our other shows, like K100 Rehash.
Oh, they're all on the same feed. Yeah, you don't have to change anything.
Okay.
Right. If you're already subscribed to K100, the main show, everything else comes up on the same feed. Right. Of course, they're on Patreon ad-free also.
So all these shows are very popular thanks to your support. If not, we wouldn't be doing them. The Rehash show is a 1-hour best of the last 7 years. Joe does a compilation of the best of, really good listen, just 1 hour. We also got a K100 Talks, which is usually a political, topical, cultural discussion. This week we'll be talking about the Takeshita.
I heard you say, I heard it's Takeshita.
Yeah. Takeshita, okay. The Takeshita controversy. Also K100 Sports, which has done great numbers for the little time it's been on, but as you know, me and Disco, we're huge sports marks.
Oh,
what else am I missing, Joe?
No, man, that was
the Patreon.
He's
okay.
okay.
Get back into doing match watch-alongs as well. So if you want to come on and chat up about a match that you enjoy or has historical significance or whatever, you can come on and talk to them about it and hear their breakdown. All the unedited mailbag is on Patreon, and like I said, the main show, K100 Talk Sports Rehash, and the bonus mailbag are all also available early and ad-free on the Patreon.
I like to do a watch-along and pick apart a match. Well, I didn't see the whole match. I just saw various movements by very tasty Joe Beanie when we were Crazy Eddie. Where's that match? I'd like to do a watch-along on that.
I have to get it transferred from VHS. It only exists on VHS right now.
Would you be willing to do a watch-along on that, DI?
Crazy Eddie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What else? If you got any questions or musical selections, like in other words, if you have a band or you produce or you have somebody that has a band or they're a singer or they produce and they think they're putting out good music, let us be the judge of that. Send it to the Nick, all this juicy seal of approval, National the Treasure, Nick on Probation Aldis. Please send them to k100questions@gmail.com. Make the letter short so we can read a grip of them. If you're going to send a song, send a video. And please, dude, if you don't want to get buried, have the video have something to do with the song. That helps. Let me see.
We don't need to see you rolling blunts or driving a rental car or showing fake jewelry and all that shit. That seems to be in every one of the videos, every rap video we see too.
Right. And we always over deliver, so if you're checking out our Patreon, you'll love it. We also got a very popular YouTube channel manned by the one and only Hughley, the Irish Lush himself. No, Hughley, I will not do your show, not even on a national holiday or your birthday. But I will do a cameo, keyword cameo, underline that, italicize it, highlight it, and put it in spotlights because it will be a quick cameo if you get the 55,000 subscribers. And you're doing a good job because we originally started like at 35, and now you're up to 47, right?
48.3 as of today.
Right. I keep close tabs on that, Joe.
Of course. I got an unsolicited DM that asked me a question about Hughley, and we were talking about how he came to work on the show a little bit. And the guy said, he's making a real name for himself in podcasting and comedy. So that's the word.
Yeah, that's fake news. All right. Let me see. We also got Joe manning the ones and twos on Facebook, and you can follow the show and everything that's going on K100 Conan on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We've also got JJ Claxton handing on business on TikTok. You don't stop.
Girl, you make me feel so good.
And that's available at K100 Podcast. Show some love over there. We're trying to get to 10,000 followers. For some reason, we're stuck at like 4.5. Yeah. So let's go over there because we got 5 times that here in K100 land, more than that. So go over there and just so we can monetize it.
No, I told y'all, I don't want to go to this thing.
There's only 2 things first. Number one, it's snowing in Vegas today.
No, it's mega cold here.
Yeah,
Look at how it is.
Right. It's like, it's 39 degrees here. It's snow. I went outside to get I went to the house to get my the dentist. I thought it was supposed to be like 50, 60 degrees today.
Right. I went on without an outer layer. I had to come back in and get one, and even with this, I was cold.
Yeah. Well, so also, too, interesting story here in Vegas. So I bet on William Hill, the sports app here, right? And the app and the sports books went down right before halftime of the Super Bowl. Bro, it's almost 48 hours later, and nobody can access their account and get the money still.
That's messed up.
It's way messed up. The gaming commissions are like people like it, bro. It's just, seriously, people came into town and bet at William Hill, and then they had to leave. They had to leave without their money.
Did you get screwed on this?
I'm still getting. They said they're fixing it, but I'm involved. I can't get my account. I got money in it. So and then, bro, it's horrible public relations. I mean, there's tons of customers, and the casinos might kick them out and bring in a different sports book. So
yeah, especially since there's so many choices. The FanDuel sports book.
DraftKings. Everybody saying we should get FanDuel. Like FanDuel should buy out William Hill.
Or DraftKings, or there's a lot of them.
Not only that, on the most important sporting day, Super Bowl.
Of course.
Hey, this is the Barbarian, and you're listening to the Keep It 100. Conan is my friend. How are you, buddy? Keep up the good work. May God bless you and wish you all the luck. Okay? Looking forward to see you, Conan, down the road. And you take care of yourself. The Disco Inferno. What a joke. I have nothing to say for you. Okay, goodbye.
Hey guys, what's up? This is New Japan Pro Wrestling announcer Kevin Kelly, and you're listening to Keep It at 100 with the whole crew, of course. And I got to give a big shout out to my pal Conan. What's up, man? And I understand that you have Disco Inferno on the show. It's amazing that Disco Inferno has had such a long career with such an absence of talent.
It's a new year, and you know what that means? Resolutions. Have you made any? More golf time is on the list. I'm Ziosa. It's
prohibited.
It's a really hard thing to build and a really easy thing to destroy, and we have to be very respectful about that. Our partnership with iHeart has really helped us build that trust and that relationship with the on-air talent.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia
27.
We'll get to that.
little coupons up to 5 times, plus earn double gaming rewards points on participating games. Restrictions apply.
All right, so let's get into a lot of hot news this week. Tony, you were trending on Twitter. You're still trending.
Hey, remember when I killed you?
First is some Tad James sent it to smart journalists. AK100 crew, Tad from H-Line. I listen to K100 talks about wrestling journalists, and you all are spot on. Big time. Thinking the world of PC snowflakery, I'm surprised they aren't with multiple lawsuits or issues pertaining to incorrect reporting. I don't think everyone says the best of all time, to be quite honest, is very biased and not to Dave West. Wayne Hill and all the other goons are embarrassing to even listen to or read anything they write or post. Sap is on another level of embarrassment all its own. Keyword Sap. I followed the Cosmos articles, and Jason Powell is good too, but for the most part, the entire wrestling journalism industry, if you call it that, is an embarrassment. Can we all just watch the shows and try to enjoy, or how about now watching it if you don't? Kind of like if you don't like Billy the Fast Folk. The question is, when do you all think wrestling news transition to the realm it is now from what it used to be? Keep kicking ass and that's Tad from H-Line. All of media changed years ago. When narrative-driven content for clicks became the norm. You know, and we just see it in professional wrestling where, you know, the problem I have with professional wrestling is when these guys get editorial privilege, okay, and they start talking about the work and stuff that they've never done it before, right? And when you start getting, like, you start trampling on our level of expertise, and you kind of indoctrinate your listeners into thinking that because they think you know what you're talking about, that now these fans think they know more than the wrestlers. And they attack them online and stuff, and they try to explain to us things that like we don't know what's going on, and that's the atmosphere that I have the most issue with. Is with that it's created this new hyper smart mark that thinks that like they know that they know everything about this business because they listen to they listen to the dirt sheet guys. It's a really fascinating flex if you think about it. You know, what's your take?
Yeah, I think one of the questions was, when did this start? I don't know. Joe might know better than me, but I think maybe
7-8 years ago, probably
2010, something like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I'm surprised there's such a large market for it, because when you think about it, it was just Dave and Keller and PW Insider One Wrestling guys for a long time, and but about, you know, when Ryan Satin started Pro Wrestling Sheet, I remember thinking, well, that's never going to work. There's no room for another wrestling site, and I, of course, turned out to be wrong. And then SAP came along, and then some of these WrestleZone and Wrestling Inc. guys have their own personalities and followers and stuff. So when you think about it, there's probably, 15 to 20 different, you know.
Well, the thing is, there's no quality control. Anybody can be a wrestler. Before, that was very hard to get into the business when me and Disco broke in. Anybody can be a podcaster. Anybody can be a commentator. Anybody can be a fucking valet. There's no quality control. And so these people who have no journalism or ethics, and it's all clickbait, you know, they don't care because they're a reflection of society. That's what newspapers have become, you know, and nobody's held to high standards anymore, you know, and not to get political, but, you know, when would we ever think, like him or hate him, but, you know, Trump, when did we ever think we'd have a president that didn't read, who didn't give a fuck, who was so divisive? But, you know, like the other day when they were doing the Biden thing, it looked like, a few years we're going to look like the British Parliament. You know how they're doing cat calls and fucking, they won't even let the person talk. This chick, Marjorie, whatever, is like, liar, and this other guy, you know, it's like, and then they won't get up and clap, and they're all, you know, politically posturing.
Yeah, we become about. Nancy Pelosi ripped the speech up right for you.
All right, she's wrong too.
Right, yeah.
I said she's wrong too. Understand, I am not a Democrat or Republican. I hate her fucking both. You know, but I'm just saying, yeah, fucking Pelosi should, you know, that was disrespectful. You know, and she was flexing there. And so, you know, you even saw McCarthy trying to shush them. You know, he's got no real power. You know, but it's what it is. We become a more aggressive, disrespectful society in general. And it's a reflection of, you know what I'm saying?
You see these clips in school too, because there's a rise in students fighting teachers.
Right,
yeah.
Right. Shooting cops before nobody shot a cop. Nobody shot a cop. Now cops are afraid to go to a fucking park because they're going to get shot. You know, the world is just upside down. It's different from what we grew up in. It's normal to, you know, the Gen Z people maybe, but for us, it's like really weird. You know, everything from the trans stuff to, you know, just how aggressive and disrespectful people are. And you got all these young guys that they come on here and they got lazy excuses like, oh, Disco and Conan and fill in the blank, Eric Bischoff or Mark Madden or whoever it is. They're just trying to be relevant. No, we're not. No, we're not. We did something in the fucking business. We are relevant. You're irrelevant. You're trying to make us irrelevant with those lazy fucking excuses. And then you've got people that they're just putting clickbait out there and they're being irresponsible, but that's the world we live in. You know, I accept it and I understand it. I don't really complain about it anymore because it is what it is and nobody's going to change it. You know?
Message from Anthony Club, subject question for Conan. K100 crew, greetings guys, mad props for Conan and Disco. If you guys are, this is for you, Joe. If you guys are ever in Philly, Tony Luke's Broccoli Rob is the best. Whatever that's
debatable.
Have you been to Tony Luke's?
Yeah. It's right around the corner from Clinton. I don't like broccoli rob, so no.
What is broccoli rob?
It's you put it on a roast pork sandwich. It's like broccoli and like the juice, and it's like long broccoli, skinny broccoli.
Sandwich?
Yeah, on a roast pork.
Broccoli juice?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
is it the actual broccoli or just the broccoli juice?
It's like it's broccoli, but they cut it really thin and stems and stuff like that.
Right.
It's not like I know. It's like
why does everything that comes out of Philly look and sound gross?
Okay, so there's more. My question is, there's a mass wrestler in NXT called Axiom. Do you guys think he'd be successful with we don't know who it is. Anthony, we'll circle back on this next week. We don't watch NXT, but I'll watch a clip of this guy and like see what's up. But circle back on that. He puts up P.S. Philly loves K100. I don't know if it's I don't know. That's true. I don't know. Next is from Rich Waugh. This is his old school promo. So Rich the Tin Knocker.
There's broccoli rob on a pork sandwich.
Let me see that. Let me see. Broccoli rob on a pork sandwich.
Yeah, that doesn't look right. Just like that other thing you sent me that looked like a fucking cheese vomit. Pizza steak.
What's up, guys? I know Conan Disco and Conan argue from time to time, but we pop up here two guys kind of wrestling from each other like you were at an angle for old time's sake. Yeah. Thanks.
Absolutely not. Rich, what's his name?
Rich Waugh.
You must be new to the show. We don't take suggestions.
Right. Unless you want to mail suggestions for K100 Next is some subject is runner on base. As we mentioned, Woven. Subject is runner on base. What's up, K100 crew? I really love the addition of sports. I got a sports really question for you.
Alright.
MLB recently announced the rules here to stay. Runner will be awarded 60 base and extra base. The reason for this is MLB just has to speed the game. Personally, I believe bases should be earned, not given. I actually hate this rule. Just what are your thoughts on this? Also, how do you see this strategically changing the game? There's much less than Marcus Alex. It really does nothing. It just puts more pressure on relief pitchers. You know, it just shows that you need to really you like it's making relief pitchers that much more important, and it does speed up the game. You know, it actually makes it kind of like interesting sometimes. It's like sometimes the games do go long, right? There was a game that was like 18-19 ending for Dodgers, and they had the runner on second base like counting straight in, but like it's entertaining. Like you can score like 2 runs, and the other team gets and like they come back, you know, like in the extra inning. So it makes the end of the game kind of far more interesting than it used to be. All right.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree with everything Disco said. The only thing, that's why I didn't say anything, but the only thing that I would add to it is they need to make more rules that make the game quicker because, you know, this takes way too fucking long.
Well, let's be honest. Does baseball really need to be 9 innings?
No. Just like boxing. Does boxing need to be 12 innings? After 12 rounds, I always think just have a 7-round match. Right. You know, just have it to
go fight for half an hour. I fight for half an hour, folks. You know?
But bro, I was reading this thing. This is a show. What I'm about to tell you. Bro, they used to box and wrestle back in the day. Now, can you imagine sitting there watching this for like 2 hours?
2 hours, yeah.
Yeah, the big main event fights back then were 15 minutes.
No, but 2 hours.
They go to
this is before the 15 round.
Oh, okay.
Before 15 round.
Like with Martin and J. Lewis.
Before that. Way before that. Like bare knuckle fighting, and like 2 hours wrestling, like the Joe Stecker area, you know, the 30s, the 20s. They were out there. Imagine sitting there for 2 hours, 1 round. But that just shows how, that kind of shows back then there's probably not
he's right there, get him.
And shit like that. all you did was maybe have books or, you know, you didn't have the next, you know what I'm saying? So life was, you had a lot more time to sit down and enjoy shit, and life got more hectic, your attention span got shorter.
Next is from JL in Mississippi. Questions and a thought. I've heard you guys mention one wrestler here and there. Did you guys ever read the message board? There's a lot of posters there. Have you ever thought about how good the Bloodline storyline is because the writing versus the causes the performers doing so well with the material? Is it a 50-50 split or do you get more credit for one over the other? Thought. I always really think everyone realized that Paulie just tweaked the Raven Sandman story and used it for the Bloodline story, regardless of the text.
I have no idea what that means because Raven Sandman's story was Raven stole Sandman's kid and fought over that. Look, what does that have to do with the Bloodline?
That's absurd.
Maybe he meant Raven Dreamer or something.
No, it's definitely a combination, 50-50. The guys are, they've got some of their best actors all performing with each other on a weekly basis. You know, nobody really realized how good Jimmy and Jay are at acting. Like their facial expressions. Well, the best part of these things is like, you know, you watch everybody's reaction when something happens. Like Paul's face, like when they did that spot, like if you look at the thing when watch everybody's facial expressions. When Jay Uso put that promo and said that I was going to dance with Trump, she said. Right? She looked at Paul's face, David's face, Roman's face, Jay's face, and of course Solo is perfect too because he just sits there and no-sells everything. And then Jimmy is like sitting in the corner like with his head, the head is because that just shows you how important. I said, how many times have I said this? That the skill of acting is like the most important skill of work. You know, because so many guys have sold their angles with really good acting to get you to buy a ticket, and they don't really care how good the work is. You know, Hogan was a good actor when he could bring stuff to things. You know, Piper was a good actor. You know, it's just one of the guys who really can act. Just acting what we're seeing. Acting skills is entertainment. You know, when he's well with people like, oh, there's matches, no. You need to draw people to watch the matches. We need to get the WWE's doing the blueprint now how to do it. Good acting, good storylines, you know? Like grabs viewers.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said, and I would just add this. I had this conversation with the locker room in Mexico on Saturday, and I was saying, there's a lot of great wrestlers out there. There's a lot of great wrestlers in this room, but how many of you have connected with the audience? I'd rather have somebody that connects with the audience, you know, than somebody that can wrestle good. And what you were saying is 50-50. You're absolutely right. Because how many times have you seen a movie that was really good, but the acting wasn't good, and vice versa? So the movie, the script has to be good, the writing has to be good, and then you got to find the right person to interpret that. That's what makes a great, you know what I'm saying, relationship there. Yeah.
Edward R. Subject is Triple Mania makes the GQ Sports bucket list. Take it 100 clicks. Thanks to those who take it later. Keep up the great work. Angry Billy Body is good for business. Starting checking in is even better. If you want to listen to a single listener, just let the marks say when they write in. I think, yeah, actually, Joe, our numbers have been fine, right?
Yeah, we've been going up for a month, and in the last month right now we're up 6% in TV time.
And people keep saying that we interpret it. Well, let me tell you something, too. It's funny. People don't realize this. You know, like the conversation we had with Billy last week, we were all arguing. Well, that's got a lot of views on YouTube and a lot of comments. Okay, people like it when we just, you know, bro, I've been telling you, if you don't like what Billy Bobby said, that's fine. But this is not an echo chamber like these other shows where everyone just agrees and you know, they agree with everything.
Right, but here's the funny part: we actually argue, and it doesn't affect our relationship.
Right. Yeah. So this is really just like a great thing. Really stuff we just have as little to say or interrupt. What is this? Edward R.
Edward R.
This is the launch of GQ. Triple Mania GQ is the top 8 best live streaming events in the world. I was glad to see that I know how hard Carter has worked for the event in 2023. I thought making the list was a great honor. Here's a link in the text about making WrestleMania. Basically, it says next to city. What is it? Triple Mania is next to answer WrestleMania. Biggest and baddest anime show showcase the Lucha Libre, the wildest, most high-flying form of pro wrestling. What's the vibe? The operatic flair of telenovela with holy shit in the live chat. As one luchador is mask dramatically torn off. And optimize your experience by copying your own mask and quickly taking one of the dozens who stands outside the arena before them. Is there a lot of merch sold outside the arena before the show? Like this, right?
Yeah, this came out to the main thing. Masters, Wimbledon, Ole Miss versus LSU football.
Who wrote this?
It's GQ Sports. The NHL Winter Classic. The Drew League. Tour de France, like I said, yes.
That's very cool. I didn't know about this. That's very cool. Thank you.
They have Formula One in there.
Formula One's got to be in there, bro. That's hot right now.
It's super hot.
We're actually going to do. Did you see that thing on Netflix? The Formula One. What was it called? The Dream.
No, I didn't watch it. I'm going to get into it.
It was incredible, bro. It was incredible, and it actually helped the popularity of Formula One. They're going to do that for AAA Lucha Libre.
Yeah. So this is how. So like I think I mentioned on the show last week, they said that the Super Bowl brought in $600 million. Formula One's supposed to bring in $1.3 billion to the city, and it's crazy. I already looked. The hotel prices are already like 10 times higher for that weekend like what they usually are. It's unbelievable. Let me finish the rest of this, guys. So my question to you: what 2 or 3 events would make your best life sporting events list, especially a couple you've never attended? I've been to Michigan versus Ohio State 4 or 5 times since I grew up in Ann Arbor, and I've went to WrestleMania 23, and both are big memories. Dream events would be Wimbledon, the Masters, and the Kentucky Derby. I'd love to hear your sports bucket list, and thanks as always. Keep up the good work. Great work, actually. P.S. The growing epidemic of people inhaling nitrous and aerosol fumes to get high is a real tragedy. If someone with Huff's air pressure get high, would it be safe to say they're addicted to the glade? That's a suspension.
You had suspended him.
I already suspended him.
That's how long? 2 weeks, right?
Well, 2 weeks now for double violation.
Make it a month. Oh shit. Make it a month. Please, Joe, make it. He has been trying to be. Yeah, but still, he tried to be funny and then he messed it up.
Okay, here's my bucket list. I want to go see the New York Rangers playoff. I've already seen Georgia Auburn. I've already seen a World Series, Braves in the World Series. I've already seen. I would like to go see the Super. I haven't been to the Super Bowl. I would like to go to the Super Bowl. I would like to go see an English Premier League game eventually. It's something.
I've been to like 4 Super Bowls.
I would like to go see like a Champions League final. That would be good. That'd be awesome.
Right. Great.
Right.
These places, I'm going to say I'd like to go with disco. I'd like to go to a World Cup final. Right? Especially if Mexico or Italy or United States are in it. Or Brazil. I love Brazilian soccer. What's the other one? I've been to UFC. I'd love to go to an NBA championship game that the Celtics are in.
Right.
And I'd love to go to an NHL Stanley Cup final with the Bruins.
I went to a Vegas Knights playoff game. I did not go to the final one. I'd love to go to the finals.
Right.
Yeah,
they're number 1 in the West. I would definitely. That could be my bucket list. Might be Cena. Might be contributing to my bucket list this year. The Knights keep playing this good. So.
Yeah, if the Phillies go far again this coming season, I'd love to be in that environment. It's backyard. I'd like to see the Eagles play in Dallas because I want to see the stadium anyway. And this doesn't count as sports, but I want to see WWE at Madison Square Garden at some point. I never have, you know.
It's New Year, and you know what that means? Resolution. Have you made any? More golf time is on the list. I'm Diosa, and I'm Mala, co-host of Locatora Radio podcast. If you're a fan of golf, Michelob Ultra is here to help with Michelob Ultra's Golf Pack Sweepstakes. Scan your Michelob Ultra golf can or head over to michelobultra.com/ultra club to enter the sweepstakes. You'll be eligible to win prizes like tickets to PGA Tour events and rounds of golf. Remember, it's Ultra Golf Packs this week.
And we have to be very respectful on that. The insights and
People puts us over for
Friends of the show.
In the past, I've had some negative things about Kevin Owens, but the last few years, Kevin has been absolutely killing it. The KO show segments, WrestleMania with Steve Austin, the Bloodline storyline have all made him stand up. I've also checked out Kevin's indie matches. There are a lot of fantastic matches in his catalog. Also seen Kevin doing backflips is extremely impressive. So my question for you is there any wrestler you're just not a fan of that changed your opinion about them over time? Can you share some examples? Thanks, King Cold. There's 3 of them in WWE right now. Sammy, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins. I was not big on those guys. Like I didn't like the way they work, and they just hit a niche, and everything flipped for them in my opinion. The way I was perceiving them, everything flipped. Like the way they work, the way characters. So when Sammy started doing the neurotic guy, when he was basically an extension himself, that's when he changed.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens, like he's just been in a lot of good angles. You know, his angle with Jericho, his angle with Austin, his angle with Sammy, everything he's been in, he's been doing very well. You know, like for a while. So.
Because he can do comedy and he can do serious.
Right.
Okay, so I was trying to think mine, I just got him, but I will say this, and I can see where the KO thing came, because if you remember, there was a while where he was doing these dumb skits, where he kind of looked like he was a,
like a bowling alley, like a bowler or something.
Yeah, like a designated, right, like he was a designated driver on bowling days, like he just picked everybody up and bought the pizza, you know, dropped you off at home, you know, the nice guy that had no life, right? And it was very weird because they showed him bowling, remember? Trying to be like a regular guy. And I was like, I didn't like that. But I'll tell you 3 guys that got really better that I was not feeling. One of them who actually called me out in Nashville, Tennessee when I walked with Elias, Sheamus. I did not like his style before, and now I love it. I was not a big fan of Montez Ford and Dawkins, because their shit was very silly and hokey and cheesy.
All WWE guys have changed my opinion. The AEW guys have not changed anything that I've been critical of. And if they start maybe changing some of the things that I don't like, it's like, you know, they'll get over with me. But it's like, you know, like I said, like Ricochet was another one. You know, that I kind of like, you know, and I was watching these, it's always a high flyer, does not. But then I was like, look at the way this guy sells and goes to the punches.
Bro, and here's the scary thing about Ricochet. Believe me when I tell you this, because I was around him long enough for Lucha Underground to know. They're not even letting him do half of the shit he knows how to do, bro. He's ridiculously talented.
Well, because they require high risk of injury. But I don't think these guys getting hurt because you're off TV and they're paying you, you know, so.
There's still a lot of stuff they should let him do that isn't a high risk of injury, but they've really toned him down, but it is what it is.
Next is Joe, I'm not going to play this clip, this is around 5 minutes.
Figured you wouldn't.
Right, but you know the gist of the clip, right?
Yes, I did it. Yeah, no. I did
Alright, so this is from Roy Roberts on the subject of Dax and Road Dogs. Hey guys, love the shows. We all know the fun and disco of cornerstones of wrestling storytelling which are instrumental in building talent. I came across this clip in which Dax Harwood responds to Road Dogs' response to claims Dax made about the revival's treatment of WWE. Dax really even made comments on mistreated during the Raw anniversary show doing the job against DX. And in this clip, Dax dissects Road Dogg's comments and sounds like a bitter divorcee picking apart every word in the deposition. Joe, what is the gist of it? So listen to this. It's 5 minutes.
When they did the big Raw anniversary show, and then they were at not the Hammerstein, but that other building that's a part of it. DX and Scott Hall and Nash came out and hit the revival with their finishes and beat them up and whatever. But I guess Dax's complaint is that they made fun of him backstage beforehand, and then Road Dogg and some of the guys didn't shake his hand or thank him. It's really been a thing for a while now, actually. And of course, Road Dogg basically said like, "Yo, you're taking this all too seriously." Like,
Alright, so question. Conan Disco was created for hiring talent and heard this. Would it affect you working with Dax?
Alright,
we can do this, yo. Get work with promotions, big and small, in the future. Thanks for taking my question. My confidence is Hughie was launching these future comedians. For a couple of months, it's obvious Hughie has moved on from his man crusher Conan and is now polishing the nutsacks of former Howard Stern staff members and comedians from the early 90s everyone thought had died. At least Conan's balls get a break from the Hughie polishing treatment. That's glory.
Why, was Hughie putting me over?
No, Hughie's not. He's putting over. He's got all these Howard Stern guys on there. So
right.
I never worked with Dax. Okay, but Conan is very respectful. For some guys, there are a lot of guys in this business that kind of take themselves too seriously and they can get disrespected. But bro, all you care about is if the guys perform well when you give them their stuff to do. Like everybody has quirks, and like there's a lot of guys that are quirky. But it's like as long as they're good at what they do, it's like you just navigate your way through that.
Okay, not having heard the clip, I had talked. Obviously, if somebody doesn't shake your hand backstage, that's very insulting. That actually did happen after you did the job with them. Okay, right. So either they were in a rush, because Road Dogg, that doesn't seem like he would do that. But might have been in the rush, or he had to go. I don't know. I'm not going to defend him either. But you always shake everybody's hand when you come in and when you leave. That's just wrestling protocol. Am I correct, Disco?
That's the way I look at it.
Right. So I could see them getting mad about that. But I worked with FTR, and some people told me, oh, they're hard to work with. So, you know, I just waited to see if they've been nothing but incredibly easy to work with. Everything I asked them to do, they did it to the best of their ability. You know, they were super respectful, and a lot of guys, you can tell when they have their working boots on, and they always brought on their A game, you know. So I respect all of that. So I don't really know the genesis behind this or what's really going on, but I think before, if you talk bad of a promotion, it would hinder you getting into it. I don't think it matters as much anymore.
I will say this, you saying it, is that they're super respectful. I can see guys that are super respectful kind of getting like a little upset when that respect is not reciprocated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But some guys are just not. You know, I'm a guy that shakes hands, hug after the match.
Right. Me too.
Sometimes I've worked with guys that just 20 minutes later they'll come to, oh yeah, take that, like you hug, but it's just like, sometimes you get back to the match and it's like the guy's not there. It's like, like you're not gonna sit there just wait at the. I don't know. It's just so different after every match. There's not a routine. Like sometimes you go to the back and you go in the locker and you wait for the guy and he comes up. Sometimes you go to the back. Maybe he's got sidetracked and something. But like I hard to believe that like maybe they came back after the match. They were all right there and then I don't.
Let me read you a little bit here so you can get a little more time.
Let me just say one last thing. Either Bobby Heenan or Gene Okerlund told me this. He said that one of the reasons that the wrestlers called each other brother, or it's because they were like a family. They were brothers. They stuck together, right? And that one of the reasons that you say goodbye, you shake everybody's hand before you leave the locker room, and decide it's the courteous thing to do, because you don't know if you're going to see him again. And that always stuck with me. But go ahead, Bill.
Road Dogg on this podcast says it's not that I didn't like him the day I met him, it's just that he rubbed me the wrong way.
Right.
And I don't know whether it was something he did or something that was on me. And if it's on me, I'm in a place in my life where I'm trying to correct those character defects. So if that's on me, I'll accept that. But he rubbed me the wrong way since day one. I didn't have preconceived notions. This was after our first interaction where what I saw and what I heard was exactly what I saw and just so there. This is what that said. I was telling Gable, I was telling Jason Jordan, I was telling everybody what to do. And Road Dogg and Road Dogg brushed him off and acted like I knew better. And Road Dogg continues. That's what happened. I mean, he just repeated it. So look, if I was salty that day and that rubbed me the wrong way and I went over and said something negative about him, I could see that happening 100%. I could see that happening like with me and him and with 100 other people the same, like someone rubbed you the wrong way and you go and tell your friends, right? And here's what Dak said about what happened at the Hammerstein Ballroom. The Manhattan Center. Going to Vault 25, he says, I'm sorry if I upset Dax by not saying thank you, but I don't think I had to come back and say thank you for doing your job. Again, he's spinning a narrative to try to get fans on the side because he knows it's a time-honored tradition for years and years. When you get finished with a segment, when you get finished with a match, when there's business done, you walk to the back and say thank you. That's how it's always been, right? One, you say thank you for keeping me safe so I can go home tomorrow and hang out with my family. You say thank you for bumping around for me and making me look good so I can continue to make money. He knows that. He absolutely knows that. He spun his narrative so he didn't look like a bad guy, which is what I think he did the whole time I was in WWE, which in turn makes me not trust him. So, there's a little context. Yes.
Next is from Harrison Yanger, and the subject is Angry Con. Conan, next time Billy starts rambling on about his booking ideas, just mute him. Billy's again in his mid-40s, he's having a midlife crisis. He wants to be a teenager so badly he's not playing fantasy wrestling booker. Don't let him do that on your show. Let him do it on his own podcast because no one listens to that. Sean Ross Sapp exposed how low Billy's listener numbers are. It's like 194 downloads per episode. The question is for Disco. Billy's not going to get a lot of. He's going to get views on our channel because he doesn't really have an audience. The question is for Disco. And by the way, too, that clip of us arguing got tons of views and tons of responses on page. And you're just saying that we should have done it. So Harrison Yanger, you don't know how to draw. All right. The question is for Disco Conan, and I would enjoy Joe's input too, but only after Conan and Disco spoke first. Only then, over the last week, the Fly Wrestling and some British wrestling companies have announced that previously announced AEW stars will now not be appearing on their shows. According to Meltzer, Tony Khan has basically pulled everyone from the AEW roster off all parts of any show that wasn't an AEW show. Do you guys think that it's a sign that finally Tony's going to start acting like a boss and not just some ATM machine that wants to be friends with everyone? You guys are with it.
What was your question?
What do you think about Tony pulling AEW talent into 5 cards and international cards? Is that okay?
I don't know. I mean, that would suck because that would hurt our working relationship with him. Is he going to stop working with New Japan too?
I don't know. This guy just mentioned Fly and
some British companies.
Yes, British companies.
I don't know. Who cares? I mean, all these guys should be under contract for working under their banner. Okay. next is from Hunter Dawson from the Zebra. Hey guys, another Billy
I'm not following.
is going to the Hall of Fame, which is really good to see himself before that talk show. Billy still wants credit. Now it's in his fully deserved. The Chief has some great matches, some great storylines, made a pretty good name for himself. Good for him. I want to actually get to the name for Keith. What was his behind-the-scenes reputation like? A lot of research he's done. The guy's he truly thinks himself as one of the first all-time great dramatic actors to try to handle such a small role as last setting his movie. He's not a Captain Bomb. But in the rest of the world, if either of you guys heard any stories about behind-the-scenes antics with him, the Joe Mini versus Dirt Sheet stuff? I have. I heard he was very, just like that, he's very, very arrogant. I've heard from multiple people. But the guy look good. He got a lot of girls in the business. He's over. He's an actor. So,
hey, baby, let's get ready.
People don't understand. You develop persona, which sometimes you just get egotistical. You know, but because of your success.
Yeah, you believe the hype.
Right, and one of those things, and that's one of the reasons. Go listen to Booker T on any clip where he talks about his fight with him and Batista. And that's basically the gist of what a lot of people say about Batista. Like
and also, just so can understand Batista, because it happened to me in Mexico. Imagine that one day nobody really knows who you are. You have to stand in line to get into a fucking club. You know, girls don't really run up on you and shit. And the next day you're on TV. You go to the front of the club. You get in free. You get in with your boys free. They send you a bottle of champagne. Girls are all around you. They want to rock it with you at the after party. You go somewhere, a guy gives you a huge discount on your car because you're who you are, and you're getting all these perks, and you start thinking you're special. You know what I'm saying? You can develop an ego.
So next is some great greatness, and something as Conan's a big jobber. Just playing good. That's the first time. Hey, glad you're back yelling at Disco. Hopefully you bury Billy soon to be in a wrestling form and despite him reporting 0 wrestlers and came 100 about 3 or 4 weeks. All he does is talk about his opinion. Don't get the flying head of the brilliance and any subject and get a smart solution for F off. It's like, that's true. Because like we said, the flipping him, being it, or arguing about Billy's opinion, he's got a lot of fans on YouTube and a lot of you guys don't get it. People, like, you guys complain about the guy. Nobody wants an echo chamber.
Yeah, it's like the fans. They think they know about the business, but they really don't. Because a lot of times when I talk to fans about what would you like to see, and I'm like, dude, that's not going to make any fucking money. You know? You're here to make money.
Idiot. That's crazy.
The question became about last night wrestling styles, the recent episode of Great Nation Fashion Videos, which had Goldberg versus Cody. Here's what I want to know. Everything that Goldberg was being pushed at the same time on these movies, what I really want to know. What was the backstage reaction? You just become a member of the Wolfpack about 3 weeks earlier. Now in the first 6 weeks, and then just after that, like getting a move. I remember how you and Nash reacted to this book.
But I do remember that, I didn't like it because I'd never been squashed in 3 seconds. I was always the guy doing the squashing.
Right.
But I did understand, hey, I'm just another guy trying to get him over, just like somebody's going to get me over, you know what I'm saying? So that was my mentality.
And we all would be in the buildings each night and hear the pops the guy would get.
Right.
It was like,
wasn't like you were jobbing to some job.
Right, you're doing the job
to the hottest guy in the company.
And your match is going to be one of the biggest pops.
Baby, are you okay?
Yeah, and people always reflect on Goldberg versus Hogan or Goldberg versus Raven as like his big, step up to the next level.
No, he beat a lot of guys quick, but that's...
I'm saying, but what I'm saying is Conan was the biggest star that he beat at that time. That was an obvious, like, he's going to the next level because they had him go over on Conan.
I just wonder if Conan would have been given the green light to book across like Goldberg in Triple
I would have. Yeah, but there's no way you could do that today.
Right.
Yeah.
But the Goldberg stuff is never really done before in WCW.
Yeah, but these guys, but Triple H things like, okay, we'll pay this guy's guarantee and his planes and his hotel for him to do this for 30 seconds. And I go, yeah, but the payout's going to be great. But they didn't see it.
It's a new year, and you know what that means? Resolutions. Have you made any? More golf time is on the list. I'm Diosa, and I'm Mala, host of Locatora Radio. If you're a fan of golf, Michelob Ultra is here to help with Michelob Ultra's golf packs and stakes. Scan your Michelob Ultra golf can or head over to michelobultra.com/ Ultra Club to enter the sweepstakes. You'll be eligible to win prizes like tickets to PGA Tour events and rounds of golf at T2 courses. Or, the grand prize, a trip to witness U.S. golf history for you and a friend. If you win, you'll bring me, right? But, of course, head over to MichelobUltra.com/ultraclub to enter and learn more. Remember, it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Must be 21 or older, please drink responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proud partner of the pt2 podcast network, a network committed to supporting our Latino community, our vision, and our storytelling. Michelob Ultra Broadcast Sweepstakes, no purchase necessary, begins 1/1/23 and ends 3/1/23. Open U.S. residents 21 and older, cords are prohibited. See official rules at MichelobUltra.com/ultraclub for prize information and details. Message and data rates may apply.
I don't put them in folks.
Trust is a really hard thing to build and a really easy thing to destroy, and we have to be very respectful of that. Our partnership with iHeart has really helped us build that trust and relationship with the owner.
Have you made any? More golf time is on the list. I'm Diosa, and I'm Mala, co-host of Locatora Radio Podcast. If you're a fan of golf, Michelob Ultra is here to help with Michelob Ultra Golf Pack Sweepstakes. Scan your Michelob Ultra golf can or head over to MichelobUltra.com/ultraclub to enter the sweepstakes. You'll be eligible to win prizes like tickets to PGA Tour events and rounds of golf at T2 courses. Or,
Good job, man.
a trip to witness U.S. golf history for you and a friend. Okay, but if you win, you'll bring me, right? But, of course, head over to MichelobUltra.com/ultraclub to enter and learn more. Remember, it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proud partner of the pt2 podcast network, a network committed to supporting our Latino community, our vision, and our storytelling. Michelob Ultra Golf Pack Sweepstakes, no purchase necessary, begins 1/1/23 and ends 3/1/23. Open to U.S. residents 21 and over. Cords are prohibited. See official rules at MichelobUltra.com/ultraclub for prize information and details. Message and data rates may apply.
So Conan,
What up?
I've been training, and I've been taking my AG1 athletic greens every day. What a product, everything you need. I used to take a lot of vitamins. That's really helped the diet. I've been very much into personal diet, exercise. But I was taking, I had all my vitamins, and I had like 18 vitamins that I would take. Athletic Greens is the perfect replacement for that. It's got 75 high-quality ingredients. It's got everything you need. It's a comprehensive health and power and habit and work. It's great for the country. I take mine after my workout. You can take it slow. Many people
Get all the week
taking it after workout is perfect for me because I get my nutrition like right when I'm done working out because I do intermittent fasting. So it's like perfect. It inspires me to be as great as the athletes that I'm a fan of. You know, I like to work out and I think guys take this too. It's like AG1 is so much more than a greens powder. It's all of your key health products in one. Joe, you've been taking it too, right?
Yeah, and as you mentioned before, you can drink it in the morning, drink it later on in the day after the workout. I kind of rotate, just depends on how I'm feeling that day, but I love having it in the morning. I typically take coffee with it, and sometimes I use it after I do my flight tank workout. So, but the taste is great, and you feel nice and different. Sometimes later in the day you get a little lethargic, and just pop in your AG1 Athletic Greens, have your drink, and or take it to the gym. You know, it works very, very well.
You get your daily nutrients, 75 high-quality ingredients, all in one. It's a comprehensive solution.
Yeah.
It's what you need for your supplemental routine. The Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/Conan. That's athleticgreens.com/KONNAN. Check this product out. I use it every day. Joe Rogan uses them as a sponsor. You can tell this type of product that if you're into physical fitness and you're into personal health, you need AG1 by Athletic Greens.
Yo, and real quick, it contains chlorophyll, which carries oxygen to the blood cells. It boosts your immune system, better digestion, a whole plethora of things. All three of us use it. We all swear by it.
But check that out at athleticgreens.com/Conan.
So, Steve, here's my question to you. Because I read once Or you guys had a show black and white or something like that? And then like you were kind of approaching people, like maybe something that goes to the black community or to the heart. Is there anything that you were doing? No? Yeah,
And I was here on the show because, like I said, we talked about a lot of things.
Right. What did you ever tell Russo that you were surprised you didn't know about brothers?
The thing is, it's not a Russo thing. And the way I communicate with Vince, I communicate with him on something like that that's more generalities. Because it's not a one-person thing. Some people can be more than that on things. We basically tackle whether black and white issues as it pertains to things that's going on in the things that's going on in different communities. And the way I'm not so much as talking to him, I'm talking through him. And he's one of the very literal thousands of people that will hear the gospel. So, and then I'll explain it to him as to how he sees things and why he's wrong. Because like I explained on many occasions, a lot of people don't know how to talk about racial issues no more than what they see, hear, and can touch. But the racial issue goes deeper than that, uglier than that, and it's bigger than that. And if you don't know how to talk about it on that level, you're just getting little increments up. Because if somebody doesn't give you things correct, you'll never know. And that's not a black person or Asian person or Hispanic person or whatever. That comes from silence. You have to lay down, get it, try to explain. Like even African Americans, we can talk about racial and certain things that happen to you, but it's bigger than that. Because if you look at the systemic part of what racial is, listen to what we talk about. You got to go all the way back to when the Constitution was written. And if you don't really have to do that, because you're not an African American descent, it doesn't mean anything to you. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Tremendous. Bro, you know what's funny to me, Stevie? Because we're contemporaries, we're all around the same age. Remember the first time you saw Roots? Bro, I didn't even know that slaves existed because it was in the history books. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? You know? Am I right or not?
Well, now you see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You really had, your upbringing, how, the community in which you come from, your background, this, that, and the other. That's not in your existence. Not in your existence. So how would you know?
Well, the thing is,
how would you know?
I'm about to tell you. Because the neighborhood that the neighborhood I grew up in is Carroll City, okay? Mm-hmm. So that's mostly black. So I know
exactly where it is.
All right, so I lived right by Carroll City High School, St. Mark. Anyways, so I used to, I already had a deeper understanding than most would have about the black community because I lived in it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So early on, I was already listening to shit like James Brown and Al Green and the whole experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So on that note. That is exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's just pretty much, that's not even the apex. That's just the beginning of what you will do. It's a bigger picture than that. That is still, you still got a real history. Right.
But Latino would be treated any better.
No. Right.
All right.
No. That's the thing, though. Go ahead.
If I'm talking racial issues, I want to talk to Stevie Ray. I want to talk to Uncle T. This is the thing that I think
educated
because this is the thing that hijacked that I bring. I have an issue. I have an issue with these woke white people that get more offended and speak on behalf of you. Just everything I don't like it when these conversations go that way. When I got these white privileged people try to explain racial issues to me, whatever. But they don't want to hear this from you. They don't want to hear it.
Give me hold on a second. Give me an example. You might be not on the same page. Give me an example.
Just honestly, whenever there's an issue, if it's on social media, okay? Mm-hmm. When there's an issue with just property tax, okay? When the BLM rides about. Okay, I went back to Atlanta, right? And I went back to Atlanta. And I took a video of this on my stick. Dude, like the BLM rides that happen in people's protests, right? You drive by these protests, and it's like all young white people. And it's like, okay, let me wrap my head around it, okay? Like, it's based on, you know, black and white issues are based on the fact that they a lot of white, you know, a lot of black people raised in different around different people, white people raised together in different communities. So when I see like all these white people down south, like taking arms up for the, you know, for the BLM rights community, it just like, it doesn't seem genuine to me. Because I've been around these people. I grew up around these people, like, you know, and I've heard the language they use. I've seen the way they interact and stuff, and you know, and like when you don't really get out of your comfort zone, like when you don't really start traveling for a living and start seeing the rest of the world, and everything, you kind of like, you know, racism can't exist in communities for a long time because you never really get out of that bubble, that white southern rural bubble where it's still like, you know, come together with Brunswick, Georgia, where the rednecks are running around with the shotguns and then they shot the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but that's not where I live. You know what I'm saying? But the people that live around there, it's like, you never really change your stripes. Because you have kids, apparently the community just runs like it's the same people. But when I see like these, like, you know, like white private school kids, you know, like, you know, it's just across a very genuine type. Like they're really arguing the point from where the your perspective is.
I think a good place to stand is where you're trying to go. But let me put it in this context. From your state of mind, you're making sense to yourself. But when people are protesting, I try to take exception to the word right. Okay? Let's get that straight right now. What people were protesting was the murder of a man in the middle of the street, a black man by a white man. That has nothing to do with racism. That's about right and wrong. Because when you stand up for right and you see a wrong, that's got no color translation. Not to be anybody looking at anything. That's why it's all over the world. It wasn't based on just African countries, it was based on European countries. I'm not pointing. All over the world. So, for example, if you go back to guys that shot the guy in the closet, I don't think that applies to what they're doing or not. With that being said, when a lot of people have a discussion with, and I don't know, maybe this way you can't go without saying that, so I'll help you. A lot of people have a problem with the comments that happen within that revolt. And maybe that's the problem with the vote. But that's how I look at it. Because I was with the GA movement right here in Houston, Texas. Because I've seen it wrong, and I wanted to see something like that that's been going on for so long. And no legislation has been dawned on it, and even if it was, nobody applies to the legislation. So that's what we got to do. Then we get to the point when they say, well, what about the buildings? They say more about, hey, the buildings are getting blown up and this one and that. Well, the FBI came out and said it was more provocative. Matter of fact, they even got a YouTube video on it. That the people that were doing the majority of that. And I'm not saying nobody's advocating.
I seen that.
But the people that was, the people doing it, they're like, who are these people? Who are these? And people that say, yeah, well, the movement has nothing to do with it. I don't even know who that people is. But if that's what it's trying to say, nobody stands on it. You try to get, protest is about making people uncomfortable. This is old as people. This is old as any civilization. So when you talk about white kids, a lot of them just learning and seeing what's been going on for a long, long time. And you don't think they have a right to say about it?
This is the very end. Come on, we got to make this, man.
You know, and everybody calls the BLM riots, right? But we have to understand.
You can call it what you want. I'm just telling you. From and you asking me, hold on a second, bro. You asking me about an African American situation. So you can put your spin on it, but I'm telling you, as an African American, you're right. So go ahead.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartRadio gives you access to all, every audience, live conversations, trusted
rattlesnakes, man.
It's a new year, and you know what that means? Resolution. Have you made any? More golf time is on the list. I'm Diosa, and I'm Mala, co-host of Locatora Radio Podcast. If you're a fan of golf, Michelob Ultra is here to help with Michelob Ultra Golf Pack and Kit. Order your Michelob Ultra golf kit or head over to MichelobUltra.com/ultra-club. You'll be eligible for tickets to PGA Tour events and run to golf with PTC courses, or downside, a trip to PGA golf history for you and a friend. If you win, you'll be me, right? But of course, head over to MichelobUltra.com/ultra-club to enter and learn more. Remember, it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proud partner of the My Cultura Podcast Network, a network committed to supporting our Latino community on a visual and Michelob Ultra Broadcast Research, no purchase necessary, begins 1/1/23 and ends 3/1/23. Open U.S. residents 21 over, cordial prohibited. See official rules at MichelobUltra.com/ultra-club for price information and details. Message and data rates may apply.
Live. Good. Everything. This is hot.
This guy got killed in another state. It's Stevie Ray. We're not in Houston, and he wanted to protest and make his voice heard. You don't think millions of other African Americans felt the same? It's like we're all together in this, Well, I just said,
I just said that nobody condones any kind of crime. Nobody. Not from the real movement. Now, you're going to always have exceptions to the rules, but that's not it. So that's not the bigger picture. If that makes sense.
What's going on, James?
Every time there's a Super Bowl, playoff, championships, whatever, we know that when the team wins or loses, everybody's going to get out of the streets. So the Lions are going to
I'm fully going to Sunday night.
get a chance to go out because the cops are there. And they don't get to go into visitation. Okay? So when these things happen, we have to understand that we open the door for riots because this is when the rioters go out and when there's protest. Okay?
That's it.
Right. But we don't really talk about that.
Well, what I'm saying is this. Why does everybody talk about what the FBI laid down? That the majority of those people that were going to the provocateurs. You know what a provocateur is, right? Okay.
Don't you cheat me like that.
Now, what I'm saying is they got videos of people torching things, tearing up things, and the protesters are like, who are these people? Why are you guys doing this? That's not what we're here for. What is even to take something like that and put it all over mainstream media to make it seem like that's the bigger problem. But I'm not on the show to defend that or condone it. I'm on the show to talk about something else. I'm on the show to talk about the legit shit, the other bullshit. If that's okay.
Thank you, God!
Okay?
Woohoo! Finally beat that ass.
Recruitment police in Las Vegas is down 70%.
And why is that?
Because we
Movie up
in the
24,
media,
224.
actions of individual people.
And who started that?
You tell what I don't know.
Yeah, that's it.
The guy doesn't want to be a police officer because he's afraid of somebody. People got cameras and he might get his ass handed to him. Who started that?
No, that's not why. That's not why they want to be police officers. That's why.
Well, how do you know that? You did a survey on it? How do you know that?
Well, recruitment down 70%.
How do you know why they don't want to be police officers?
the people, the officers say they don't feel like they got the people.
I beat it. 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 I beat it.
Have your back for doing something wrong?
Let me ask you a question, okay? Would you agree that crime in this country should be proper? Like,
I beat it. I beat it. I beat it. I beat it.
What I agree to is a self-defense.
Exactly.
I'm not going to get into
That's it for the day.
With all due respect. Well, it is to me because I'm not a scientist.
Let me finish my point.
I'm not a scientist.
I'm not thinking hypothetically.
See y'all around.
Okay, but you know more about climate control than I do. So I'm not the one to talk to about it.
Steve, you're missing the point. I want to make a point here about recruitment and stuff. Okay? We have basically there's murderers, people that rob, carjack.
Got two left to
We
be
have to hire people to go out and catch these people that are doing this. Okay?